A Wimbledon champion helps raise money to renovate the tennis center where he learned to play the game. I'm Alyssa Ring. Coming up, we'll show you how the renovation brings encouragement to a young future champion.
And I'm J.R. Cantor. Parents of children who have asthma should be aware of the new virus that made its appearance in Omaha. Later, we'll tell you details on the virus and provide germ-busting tips on how to keep a healthier home.
Those stories and more here on the Omaha News right now.
This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
A fast-spreading virus with roots in California has now spread across the country. Enterovirus D68 was discovered in 1962 and hasn't caused much trouble in the U.S. until now. Omaha News reporter Beth Ryan has more.
Omaha is no longer immune to enterovirus D68, the respiratory infection that has sent children to hospitals around the U.S.
We're super scared actually about it just because I was like, oh, I just don't want him to get sick again. So
Tiffany Davis, mother of 5-year-old Xavier, has been especially cautious.
His autograph.
Xavier has asthma, which makes him more vulnerable to the virus.
Well, you know, those with asthma, they already have difficulty breathing, and their lungs are affected by their disease. So I think they are just more susceptible to this virus.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, enterovirus D68 has been reported in 24 states. So what can parents do to make sure their kids stay healthy?
You know, at this time, I would say anybody who has a child with asthma should make sure that they are up to date on their asthma medication, on their inhalers, that the children know what needs to be done, that their caregivers know what needs to be done.
Douglas County Health Department recommends washing hands and keeping kids that are sick home from school so that this virus doesn't continue to spread. For the Omaha News, I'm Beth Ryan.
The spreading of the virus coincided with the start of the new school year. So far, there have been 270 cases reported. Only one of those cases had been an adult. The rest were children. At this time, the virus is not fatal.
The victim of the first case of Ebola diagnosed in the United States is in critical condition. The unidentified man was admitted to a Dallas hospital yesterday afternoon after he developed symptoms. The Nebraska Medical Center successfully treated Dr. Rick Sacra for the disease last week. NMC doctors want to reinforce that the disease is transmitted only through direct contact of bodily fluids. The disease cannot be transmitted until the victim displays symptoms of the illness, and it cannot be transmitted through the air.
Today officially kicks off Anti-Bully Awareness Month. Bullying is continuing to affect many students, and Omaha Public Schools are promoting positive and kind attitudes in their schools all year.
Our primary message to students is to truly practice kindness.
October marks National Anti-Bully Awareness Month, and Omaha Public Schools are on board with teaching their students that positive attitudes should be practiced not just one month, but year-round.
We certainly want to express, in terms of the building level, but also classroom by classroom, the expectations that we have for positive student behavior, and then continue to reinforce those expectations frequently throughout the school year.
160,000 children miss school every day due to fear of attack or intimidation by other students. 1 in 7 students in grades K through 12 are either a bully or a victim of bullying. Omaha Public Schools are doing everything they can to prevent bullying. It's also equally important that parents are preparing their kids for the challenges within the school system.
It's a concern with any parent, really, especially if you go to public schools.
If bullying is occurring in your child's school, it's important to educate your child on how to react properly to the situation.
Just walk away, or don't try to fight back, because that's not the right thing to do.
86% of students said other kids picking on them, making fun of them, or bullying them causes teenagers to turn to violence in schools.
There's retaliation now for someone who's being bullied, unfortunately. It doesn't happen very often, but once is enough. So.
For more information about bullying or to donate to efforts to stop bullying, visit the website stopbullying.org.
The director of the Secret Service has resigned. Julia Pearson resigned this afternoon with the Secret Service under fire for some recent security breaches. The Secret Service is the branch in charge of protecting the president's life. Last week, an armed man scaled the White House fence, ran into the White House, and got about 80 feet into the building before he was stopped. Yesterday, it was revealed that agents allowed an ex-felon with a gun to ride in an elevator with the president in Atlanta. Congress has criticized the Secret Service for being lax and uncaring about its job to protect the president.
Participants of the Kids for the Cure race will sport a new attire because of an 8-year-old and a mission. Sarah Cottrell utilized her passion for art and her desire to raise awareness to design the Hope Runs on Heroes t-shirt that will be worn this Sunday at the annual Susan G. Komen, Nebraska Race for the Cure. Cottrell said she will regularly wear the t-shirt to help raise funds for breast cancer research and those in need.
The playground at a popular Omaha park is going to get bigger. Omaha News reporter Mike Lucas says thanks to an anonymous donation, Elmwood Park will have even more room for kids to play.
Do our best to try to make everyone happy.
Those were the encouraging words of Omaha Park planner John Williams as he met with the public to present a plan that would breathe new life into the Elmwood Park playground.
There was a lot of great input. People spoke their mind, and it seems like they want to see something a little bit different than what is currently there.
And as many changes as he can make, Williams says that the majority of the playground will remain the same.
The main play structure that's there will stay. There's some smaller pieces, spring riders, sand diggers, and things that I think are in disrepair. We'll probably remove those and replace them in the new playground with something else.
The park reconstruction is being funded by a $50,000 donation from an anonymous donor. The city is planning to match that. And although many people do have a positive opinion of Omaha parks, not everyone views it the same.
My thoughts are that we're behind other cities of similar size when you travel. And look, there are really well-established parks, and it seems like they're well-funded, and it's something that I feel Omaha is really lacking.
Although the playground expansion is still in its early stages, construction is set to begin early 2015. For the Omaha News, I'm Mike Lucas.
Another hot issue at the meeting was the amount of swings. Several people want to see more that are handicap accessible and more for children.
They're cute, they're cuddly, and their wool is a hot commodity. What are they? We'll tell you more about these adorable creatures coming up.
It's home to 2 championship rodeos and the biggest stock show in the Midwest. We'll tell you more about the festivities of the River City Rodeo and Stock Show coming up on the Omaha News. Stay with us.
PBS is the place you should go first.
There are no advertisers to be satisfied, only an audience to be satisfied.
We take our responsibility as journalists very seriously. We are constantly thinking about our viewers and what they care about.
We want to let you know what the information is, and then you decide what you want to think.
At the News Hour, we are after the facts and only the facts.
You've always known you were a leader, someone who works hard to achieve your goals. You can see it. You can see your success in front of you. You pursue a college education for the old-fashioned reasons, to learn, to make yourself more valuable, to succeed. You need a place that celebrates your ambition and positions you alongside visionary people just like you. You, my friend, belong here, the University of Nebraska at Omaha.
UNO TV invites you to take a journey around the world, to lush jungles with endangered species, to exotic lands and different cultures, to lost cities beneath the sands. Travel through time to see ancient secrets on the other side of the world, the growth of the American West, or the start of Nebraska's largest city. Or just explore our state, find out about Nebraska in World War II, learn how Omaha has grown since, discover the effort to renovate its green spaces, the history of one of its most impressive buildings, or look at its internationally recognized university. For over 20 years, UNO TV has produced award-winning documentaries that explore, educate, and enlighten. To find out more, call 402-554-2516 or visit unotv.unomaha.edu.
You're watching the Omaha News.
Last weekend was a big one for the Omaha area when the rodeo came to town. The Exarban River City Rodeo made its annual return, but with it came a bigger following than before. The Exarban River City Rodeo and Stock Show has been part of Omaha's history since 1982. While the rodeo attracts most of the attendants to this 4-day event, not many people take into consideration the stock show side of the festivities. The Exarban 4-H Stock Show brings exhibitors from 10 different states to Omaha. Here, middle school and high school students compete against one another to showcase what their hard work over the summer has produced. Executive Vice President Matt Gunderson says that Omaha is ideal for 4-H families.
And it's a unique opportunity. They'll be able to have everything in one place, the amount of facilities that we have, the quality of facilities that we have, hotels being this close.
With this being the biggest stock show in the Midwest, you'd think that some of the exhibitors would be a little nervous. Cassie Stratman says otherwise.
12-year-old Cassie Stratman from West Point, Nebraska competed in her second year of the Exarban Stock Show. Last year, Cassie got 2 blue ribbons during the stock show, but this year she was determined to do better. The 2 calves that she was showing won her county fair as well as the Loup Valley Livestock Challenge this year in their respective classes, so she had high hopes and could only imagine what that would feel like.
It would make me feel really awesome for putting all the work into it, and it'd feel really good.
No matter what the outcome of the stock show, Cassie said she knew that she'd be proud of her calves and of herself for all the hard work and determination she put into these 2 bovine investments. Cassidy ended this year's stock show by getting a blue in her first class and a purple in her second. Next year she hopes to keep improving and even win a championship in not 1 but 2 classes.
A Lincoln tennis facility once had only 36 kids and now serves 3,300, and it's beginning to show a strain. Kirby Bridges joins us from the newsroom with a story about what's being done to renovate it.
Melissa, in 2008, Woods Tennis Center was on its way to closing its doors. 6 years later, the facility is now on a campaign to expand, all with the help of a Wimbledon champion. Despite old age spots and creaking doors, cracks on the courts, and temporary patch jobs, Lincoln's Woods Tennis Center serves over 3,300 players each year, and the local spot aims to inspire some pretty big goals.
I want to be as good as Jack Sock someday.
Recently, Will got to hit with the Wimbledon doubles champ as part of Jack's Sock Day.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
Jack is co-chairing Woods' campaign for a new permanent structure.
Without the support from the people here, without the people who work here, when I started, I wouldn't be where I am, and to hopefully raise the money to put up some permanent structures here, I think it would be pretty special to kind of have these kids come to a place that really feels like home to them and kind of have that feeling that I had when I was here.
Although the bubbles were only meant to last 12 to 15 years, they're now going on their 25th. And with programming bursting at the seam, Woods head pro Taylor Wayne explains that the new facility is needed now more than ever.
We're due for some new bubbles. Hopefully within the next year or so, the next couple of years, we can start to give Lincoln the tennis facility that it deserves.
Woods staff is planning for the new facility to bring tournaments and revenue to the city in hopes of developing Lincoln's next Grand Slam champion.
So for them to see somebody that started here just shows them that, with hard work, you can make a start, and you can make a start from here.
Organizers are really optimistic about the campaign so far and hope to see Woods become one of the best tennis facilities in the country. Back to you, Melissa.
Thanks, Kirby. To find out more about the project, visit takingthegame.com.
The University of Nebraska Theater Department opens its season tonight. Theater professor Doug Patterson directs theater's production of Hedda Gabler this weekend and next. The play is considered Norwegian playwright Henrik Ibsen's greatest work. The play opens tonight at 7:30 at the Weber Fine Arts Building Black Box Theater. It runs through Saturday this week and Wednesday through Saturday next week as well. For ticket information, you can log on to the theater's website, unomaha.edu/UNO Theater. Coming back after the break, we'll tell you about a stadium in eastern Nebraska got its $9 million facelift.
And the UNO men's basketball team hopes to climb the summit. Find out how the team is getting into shape for their new season. That's next when the Omaha News continues, right after this.
KVNO was in a really interesting place. This Victorian mansion near UNO.
3 floors. The studios were on the 3rd floor.
Bedrooms and bathrooms. So we had a challenge, but we ultimately ended up with an on-air studio.
We soundproofed it with carpet, and actually I think it sounded really warm, very radio friendly.
There were also rumors that the 3rd floor was haunted. Those were the maid's chambers, as we were told.
I had a sink in the office and leaded glass windows which looked out on the stable house in the back.
One colleague talking about having the window open one day, a warm spring or fall day, and a squirrel jumping through the window onto a turntable.
It was a great place, a great ambiance for a fine arts station.
It definitely had a charm to it.
About how you're feeling right now. One thing you would like our viewers to know about this state.
The importance of volunteerism.
What are you saying to folks?
I'm here to discuss these images.
When you can take that knowledge and that expertise and that passion in terms that they're all going to understand.
They need to know the real stories.
I'm Kathy Wyatt. Join us for Consider This each week on NET1.
NET Television expands your mind, enlightens your mind, inspires your mind, educates your mind, entertains your mind. NET Television opens up new worlds to you. Explore, travel, learn, discuss, debate. NET Television keeps you informed. Music, theater, dance, art, news. NET Television awakens your dreams, seeks to serve, strengthens our communities. We are Nebraskans. We are NET Television, Nebraska's PBS station.
You're watching the Omaha News.
UNO's men's basketball is just around the corner, and the team is in full throttle. Preseason just started, but the men are eager to begin the season. Coming off a 2013-2014 season, the Mavs are working to place higher than 6th in the Summit League for the 2014-2015 season. 4 out of the 6 starters have returned and 6 new additions to the squad. With preseason underway, the Mavs fear nothing but excitement and improve their personal stats, ultimately hoping to boost the team's overall record in the Summit League placement. The home opener against Central Arkansas is November 16th at 4 p.m.
The military fiscal year ended Tuesday with the reduction of over 20,000 personnel in the Air Force alone. Under the Force Management Program, President Obama ordered a reduction in the effort to trim back the force. Master Sergeant Clashad Robbins of Offutt Air Force Base said the program affects all 5 branches of the military and is likely to continue in the fiscal year 2015.
Peru State College recently unveiled its new and improved version of the historic football field. Reporter Ryan Matheny has more.
Nestled in the hills of southeast Nebraska, the small town of Peru is home to just under 1,000 people and a small college that serves 2,000 students. The college's football stadium, aptly named the Oak Bowl, has sat in the center of town since 1901. Over the last 2 years, the storied venue underwent a $9 million facelift, including new turf and new bleachers. Peru State celebrated the new field with a dedication ceremony earlier this fall. There were several dignitaries and a capacity crowd in attendance. Former Lieutenant Governor Levon Heidemann had a special message for the crowd.
Go Bobcats!
Former player Terry Graham says he was amazed when he saw all of the work done in the stadium.
Wow, it's a beautiful stadium.
When I played, it was dirt and crabgrass and cinder blocks. I mean, it's a great night to be a Bobcat, I'll tell you that right now.
Another former player, Ty Ratliff, says the future is bright for the Bobcats.
Everybody wants better for the future, and the future generations have a great facility to play in, practice in, the whole 9 yards. So it's just great.
Even though the old Oak Bowl was a mainstay here for over a century, people of Peru State College and of the town of Peru hope that the new Oak Bowl can become a tradition for them every Saturday night. Reporting for the Omaha News, I'm Ryan Matheny.
Now you have another chance to see the new and improved Oak Bowl. Peru State will host their homecoming game on Saturday, October 4th at 2 p.m. against Baker University.
Coming up on the Omaha News, we tell you how you can get your hands on fashionable, cashmere-like wear just in time for the cooler weather.
Something new or reach beyond.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic.
When you want to peer inside,
there's something wrong here. This isn't normal.
It would seem almost impossible or push the limit.
Large tornado, it's humongous. You need to get out now.
When you want to dive deep.
These divers are like astronauts.
Our human nature is to push into places that we don't know about.
Or go to the edge.
There are other worlds out there.
We don't know exactly what we're going to find.
When you want to find new frontiers.
I was truly astonished.
You just don't ever know.
Nova.
Wednesdays on NET1.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is a place for tomorrow's leaders. A place where individuals converge on a path to success, getting the attention and direction they need as they begin their career. It's where students take pride in serving Omaha, a city we've invested in for more than 100 years. UNO is a place where greatness begins. The University of Nebraska at Omaha.
Eppley Airfield continues to feel the setbacks of the damage created at the Air Traffic Control Center in Chicago O'Hare International Airport. American flight number 2792 was the latest flight to be canceled due to the fire set to the equipment at the Air Traffic Control Center by 36-year-old Brian Howard over a week ago. The FAA says the agencies hope to have the control center repaired and returned to full operation by October 13th. Officials encourage travelers to regularly check flight information for cancellations or delayed flights.
The last weekend of September is when the national holiday for alpaca owners takes place. On this day, the owners are encouraged to open their ranches to the public. Thomas Clark takes us to the ranch and home of Mike and Sherry Jacoby.
The last weekend of September is the National Alpaca Weekend.
Most people don't know what an alpaca is.
They are animals from South America raised for the quality of their wool.
Alpaca wool is more compared to cashmere, so it's not soft and itchy like wool is. It's very, very soft. Baby alpaca, the young alpacas, is the softest. We hand make a lot of scarves, and we hand make some hats and rugs and felted products.
The wool is spun into yarn, which is crafted into a variety of goods. Alpaca wool compared to sheep's wool is warmer and lighter. Ranch owner Mike Jacoby explains why registering alpacas is needed for quality control.
One of the ideas is that we try to have a registry here in the United States and try to breed for just quality alpacas so that they're not being interbred occasionally even with a llama, because the llama fleece would ruin the lineage for the alpaca fleece.
Alpacas came to America during the late 1800s, and not much is known about their breed before then. At the Jacoby Ranch, there are 3 separate fields for the alpacas. Each field has a different alpaca bloodline, and each bloodline different wool. By keeping the animals fenced off from each other, the Jacobys can maintain the quality of their wool. The fences also provide protection for the alpacas from their natural predators, coyotes and mountain lions. For the Omaha News, this has been Thomas.
Alpaca-made hats and gloves can keep you warm with winter right around the corner.
It's Oktoberfest in Omaha this weekend. This is one for the entire family. Omaha Parks is sponsoring Oktoberfest on the river Saturday. The event takes place starting at noon along the river south of the store's Trophy Room restaurant. There will be face painting, a bounce house, and dance demonstrations for the whole family. And adults can enjoy a selection of craft beers, and there will be food for everyone. No charge for the admission, although the beer and food will cost you.
That does it for this edition of the Omaha News. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with all new stories from our reporters.
From all of us here at the Omaha News, good night.
UNO Television gives students a chance to work in a real studio. Working on the TV crew, students get hands-on experience with lights, camera, and action. Working on a variety of shows gives students a leg up looking for jobs. In fact, many former crew members work at local stations. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience for students to learn the science and art of TV production. UNO TV, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
When will you look deep into space? When will you travel back in time? When will you experience the power of red? When? Anytime. Online at video.netnebraska.org. Search, select, and share with the NET Video Player. Watch our shows on your schedule.
What if there were a neighborhood where every child felt they belonged, and a big dog helped them stay little a little longer? A monkey helped them find the wonder in every little thing, and a flightless bird showed them how to soar. Support the people and programs that never stop asking, what if?